Alright, alright.
There was a woman outside her window.
What in the world? Why is it silent?
Luxury man.
Why can't I hear anything? Why is everything silent?
Well, Marcus had a split second to make a choice. Take the jewels and run, or call for help and risk it all. He dropped his loot and dialed 911, staying by the man's side and holding his hand until the sirens were at the front door. The paramedics saved the man's life, but the cops took Marcus to jail. But get this, the man he saved was so grateful that he paid for the best lawyers in the country to get Marcus a second chance at life. This thief broke into...
Oh, nah, that's crazy.
A man suspected his wife wasn't loyal, so he decided to take a test. He asked his best friend to flirt with her and report back. The friend called hours later and said, "She shut me down completely, walked away without even looking back. Your wife is totally loyal." The husband smiled with relief. "That's my girl." Then the friend went quiet and said, "There's one more thing. She also told me to give you a message." The husband laughed. "What message?" "She ran the same test on you last week. She asked her cousin to do it." The husband froze. "Her cousin said you took her number, suggested a restaurant, and told her don't tell my wife." "Oh, and one more thing," the friend said. "She's already called a lawyer." A man Imagine stepping into an elevator. The doors close, and a voice says, "You will be trapped here for 1 year." At first, it sounds impossible, but then you notice something strange. Every day, food appears, water appears, the lights never go out, nobody answers when you scream, nobody comes when you bang on the doors. Days turn into weeks and months, you stop counting. You start talking to yourself. You replay old memories over and over because there's literally nothing else to do. Then one day, the doors finally open. You're free. But here's the twist. After spending a year in a box, the hardest part isn't surviving the elevator. It's surviving the outside world again. Imagine stepping into an elevator.
Better sleep is worth...
What is the oldest memory on Earth? Not humanity's oldest memory. Earth's oldest memory. It isn't hidden in a library or buried in a pyramid. It's trapped inside a rock. Scientists have found tiny...
Guys, not gonna lie. How is our oldest memory trapped inside a box?
Crystals called zircons that are over 4.4 billion years old. That's older than almost...
4.4 billion years? Billion! We're talking billions! Not millions, not thousands, not hundreds. Billions! This is insane.
Every mountain, ocean, and continent alive today. These crystals formed when Earth was basically a hellscape of volcanoes and molten rock, and somehow they survived. Think about that. They were present at the time of dinosaurs, and every ancient civilization's like a time capsule. So if Earth has a memory, it's not written in books, it's written in stone. What is the oldest memory on Earth? Not humanity. What does a blind person actually see? Most people think the answer is simple, black. But that's not actually true. Try this right now. Close one eye. What do you see out of that eye? Not black. You don't see anything at all. Your brain just ignores it. A person who's never had vision doesn't see darkness, shadows, or a black screen. Because to see black, you first need to understand what seeing is. And if someone became blind later in life, it's different. They might see flashes, shapes, colors, or sometimes complete darkness depending on the cause. What does a blind person actually see? Most people think the answer is simple, black. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a literal rotting corpse staring back at you. Imagine falling down the stairs in England and waking up as a full-blown Italian. See? It sounds like a bad movie plot, but this is a real-life brain glitch called foreign accent syndrome. Meet Linda. She was a normal woman from a small British town who had never even visited Italy in her life. But after a nasty fall and a week in a coma, she opened her eyes and started speaking with a perfect, thick Italian accent. She wasn't faking it for a joke. Her brain had literally rewired the way she moved her tongue and lips. Scientists found that a tiny bit of damage to her speech center had completely shifted her vocal rhythm. Even though she was still speaking English, her brain was now forcing her to use Italian inflections and even hand gestures. Her own family didn't even recognize her voice, and she had to spend months trying to learn how to sound British again. Crazy to think that a single bump on the head could make you... Imagine...
bottle of water.
Have you heard of a lake that turns animals into solid stone? This is Lake Natron in Africa. A blood-red pool.
You cannot turn people into. It's not possible. You can't turn any animal into. It's not possible.
Pool of water that acts like a beautiful trap. As you walk along the shore, you'll see birds and bats sitting perfectly upright, but they aren't alive. Their bodies are as hard as rock. The water here is so caustic, it has a pH level similar to ammonia, and it can reach temperatures of 140 degrees. It is so deadly, it can peel the skin off your bones in minutes. But because of the massive amounts of salt and soda, it doesn't destroy the animals it kills. It mummifies them. It preserves their feathers and skin so perfectly that they look like they were cursed by a monster from a myth. If you fell into these waters, nature wouldn't let you rest. It would turn you into a permanent statue. Crazy too, think if you were standing at the edge of the stone lake. Would you be brave enough to look at your own reflection? Have you heard of a lake?
That's insane.
Imagine being so tired, your eyes are burning. But no matter how hard you try, your brain has literally forgotten how to sleep. This is a terrifying medical
How do you forget to sleep?
glitch called fatal familial insomnia. Meet Michael. One day, he went to bed, but the off switch in his brain just snapped. He didn't just have a bad night, he didn't sleep again for the rest of his life. Well, after 2 weeks, the hallucinations started. See? When you sleep, your brain washes itself. Without it, Michael's mind was literally filling up with toxic waste every single second. Scientists found that a tiny prion protein was destroying his thalamus, the part of the brain that acts as the gatekeeper to sleep. The gate was locked, and Michael was trapped on the outside. He spent 6 months in a waking nightmare, unable to close his eyes for even a second, until his body eventually just gave up. There is no cure, and it's passed down through families like a ticking time bomb in your DNA. Imagine being... Did you know the Titanic sank because of a literal tiny key left in a man's pocket? See? Everyone thinks the iceberg...
No, it's because of the iceberg. Literally. Look, if I searched it up, let's see. Why did the Titanic sink? An iceberg. See, it says nothing about no key. It says an iceberg. It says about an iceberg. It says an iceberg, bro.
Iceberg was unavoidable, but the truth is way dumber. Meet David Blair. He was a sailor on the Titanic, but at the last second, his boss told him he was being replaced. He was so annoyed that he packed his bags and rushed off the ship, forgetting that the key to the binocular locker was still in his pocket. This meant the crew on lookout duty had 0 binoculars. They were forced to stare into the pitch-black ocean with nothing but their bare eyes. By the time they spotted the iceberg, it was already too late. If they had that single key, they would have seen the ice miles away, and the unsinkable ship would have actually made it home. Crazy to think that the greatest tragedy in history was all because of... Did you know the Titanic sank because of...
Imagine boarding a massive ship in the middle of the ocean where the food is still steaming and the gold is untouched, but every single human on board has simply vanished. This was the Mary Celeste. When sailors found it drifting in 1872, it looked like a ghost ship. The sails are set, the ship is dry, and everything looks normal. But as you walk the deck, the silence is terrifying. You check the dining room and the food is still on the plates. You check the safe. Thousands in gold are still sitting there untouched. There was no blood, no struggle, and no sign of a fight. 10 people vanished. Some believe an invisible gas leaked from the cargo and drove the crew insane. Others think something massive rose from the dark and dragged them overboard. To this day, not a single body has ever been found.
Bro, are you drinking a seltzer?
Imagine getting arrested for a DUI after only eating a sandwich. See, that's exactly what happened to this man, whose stomach was actually a secret brewery. For years, he would wake up feeling like he just had 10 shots of vodka, but he hadn't touched a single drop of alcohol. His wife even thought he was a closet drinker and started filming him in secret to catch him red-handed. But every time she checked the footage, she only saw him doing one thing: eating pasta and bread. It turns out Nick had a rare condition called autobrewery syndrome. His gut was filled with a rare type of yeast that most people use to brew beer. Every time he ate a carb, like a sandwich or a bowl of rice, the yeast would go into overdrive, literally fermenting his lunch into 100% pure alcohol inside his own body. Crazy to think that your next meal might just be... Imagine getting arrested for a DUI after...
Oh, I think this is the end. if we ended up at war? Bro, I wonder what that does.
I'm not gonna make it. Bring this back to my family.
Don't give up, sir.
It's too late for me.
I'm definitely not doing that.
I hate it
whenever we do drills in school,
because the teacher expects us to line outside together when there's literally a fucking tsunami
heading our way.
Oh my God! A tornado is forming!
One day, a kid
got
to own Roblox. He knew he could ban anyone and take control of it. He started banning people for fun until everyone started to avoid him. This made him very sad. So he tried to give Robux away to players, but they still avoided him.
Then he gave up and told David Bazooki to take over.
One day, a kid got to own Roblox. He knew he could ban anyone and take...
Why are people vegans? Because I have a friend that's vegan, and every time I eat with him, he looks like he wants to throw up.
Proposed to his girlfriend in front of 500 people, got down on one knee, full speech, ring, everything.
Channel activity. Oh, you're back. I remember you.
Discovery, made by accident. Kids exploring a cave heard a faint whistle. They thought it was wind, but it repeated again and again. Rescuers investigated. The sound led them to a trapped hiker who had been missing for 5 days. Discovery, made by...
Why did Japanese police hire 12-year-olds? In 2003, a town in rural Japan had a shoplifting problem the adults couldn't solve. Teenagers were stealing in organized groups that scattered the moment a uniformed officer appeared. The police chief had a strange idea. He recruited a team of middle schoolers as unofficial observers. Because they moved like students and dressed like students, no one suspected them. Within 3 months, theft dropped by 60%. Why did Japanese police...
Supergirl Ultimate Meal.
This sounds fake, but it actually happened. A woman stole groceries from a supermarket. Security chased her outside, then realized every stolen item was baby food and medicine. The next morning, someone anonymously paid for everything. Next, a thief broke into a house late at night, but while searching rooms, he smelled gas. Dangerous. Instead of stealing, he woke the family up and told them to leave immediately, then disappeared before police arrived. This sounds fake, but it actually happened. A blind beggar sat...
People who became heroes by accident.
In 2016, a regular pizza delivery driver in Florida noticed an elderly customer had not collected her delivery in days. He called police, who broke down the door and found her collapsed inside. She had been alone for 3 days. A 7-year-old girl in Texas set up a lemonade stand in 2017 to raise money for her best friend's cancer treatment. She made $30 the first day. A passing stranger posted her sign online. Within 72 hours, donations had reached $1 million and received full treatment.
People who became heroes by accident.
When you get an auto loan with
Everybody spam cap or spam true if you think it's true or if you think it's cap.
Children who created great inventions. At 11 years old, Benjamin Franklin was frustrated that swimming took too much effort. He built 2 oval wooden paddles that strapped to his hands to push through water more efficiently. They worked perfectly. That childhood frustration became the foundation of modern swim fins. In 1963, a 6-year-old boy named Robert Patch drew a toy truck design with removable interchangeable parts and showed it to his father. His father helped build a prototype and filed for a patent. Major toy companies immediately mass-produced his design. Children who created great invention.
After 10 years of failing to breach the walls of Troy, the Greeks devised something nobody expected. They built an enormous wooden horse, left it outside the gates, and
I talk about terry cloth.
Toys that saved lives. In 2018, a toddler in the UK wandered out of his garden and fell into a shallow pond. He couldn't swim and began to sink. His frantic mother spotted him just in time, guided by a bright yellow rubber duck floating beside him that had caught her eye from across the yard. She pulled him out in seconds. Toys that saved lives. A kid broke a wall and found something no one expected. He was playing at home when he hit a...
Everybody's saying cap so much. Cap, John Cena, cap. Oh, short time. 6-year-old me getting a checkup and the kid next door sounds like he's dying.
Hold up. Yeah.
When you're at bro's pantry and they restocked our pantry.
Yeah. I can teach that bitch my language like Rosetta Stone.
How anime characters be talking for no reason. So true, bro. Do you know TNR? I don't know who TNR is.
There's great pride in
Me running back to question 3 after question 6 snitched on it. Get it. How villains be moving when they got a chair that spins. For real. Yo guys, you wanna see my friend? Here he is. Here he is. Here guys, here's my friend. How people in 2018 would stand up still in the Fortnite lobbies to look Bro, a speed limit. Got a speed limit sign. When you zoned out and you realize you're staring
Cormorant.
Oh my. I have no idea.
Why is it
that you're
when you're about to fall asleep, you suck? Bro, we all know that one dude who just lies about everything. Like you'll say, I'm tired, and he'll go, nah, bro, I haven't slept since the dinosaurs went extinct. Like, okay, bro, go take a nap. You're hallucinating at this point. They'll be like, yeah, bro, I met Drake, Elon Musk, and Shrek all in one day. Like, what timeline are you living in, bro? Multiverse of Cap? And the worst part? They say it with full confidence. Like, bro could tell you he built the pyramids himself and somehow make it sound believable. At this point, he doesn't lie.
Away from winning. Everyone else is gone. The prize is basically mine.
My dad owns Roblox 2017. 2025, my dad owns. Everybody's mad at him because of the updates. You guys don't know. Griefer if he lost it.
It's finally over. We popped the AI bubble. Look, Triple T. Triple T?
Worry not, friend.
What?
I'll always be Tum Tum Sahib.
Triple T! No! Zach!
Triple T! Triple T died, bro. I kind of don't feel bad. I low-key don't feel bad. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. That's Triple T, yeah. That's gonna be it for today. I might as well just make a video. That's gonna be it. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Bye.